So Borowitz report put out a report about Vice President Dick Cheney. And I don't know if this was a joke, but somebody got to look this up, because these are the quotes that were given. Quote, this is what Dick Cheney said: "Once and for all, ban the despicable and heinous practice of publishing torture reports." End quote. Quote, "Like many Americans, I was shocked and disgusted by the Senate Intelligence Committee's publication of a torture report today." End quote. Quote, "The transparency and honesty found in this report represents a gross violation of our nation's values." The transparency and honesty found in the report represents a gross violation of our nation's values. "The publication of torture reports is a crime against all of us, not just those of us who have been tortured in the past, but every one of us who might want to torture in the future." End quote. So, you know, these are very, very bizarre comments. Obviously, it's very difficult to believe he actually said this, even though it's come from Dick Cheney. But somebody got to look into this. I couldn't find it on any other source. It's called the Borowitz Report. Said the Senate's horrifying publication had inspired him to act. He vowed, "As long as I have the air to breathe, I'll do everything in my power to wipe out the scourge of torture reports from the face of the earth." So, really. Well, one thing about this fool is that, you know, he's a businessman. That's what he owned. You know, he was the CEO of Halliburton. It probably is fair to say that he had some stock in the company. And of course, they handled all the logistics for the military during the Gulf Wars. They handled the foods. They handled the, you know, the parallel, some of the probably small weapons or you know, weaponless systems. They handled the logistics. They handled the transportation. You know, they got paid X amount for every gallon of gas they used, on top of whatever the price of the gallon is. Of course, they have the connections within the oil industry. I mean, these guys have so many networks. They profited all across the board, and they're protected, because you can see Dick Cheney, he's got no values. He speaks about the United Nations as if it's non-existent. And it's like he's bigger than the whole earth itself. And so, you know, we know he's protected by somebody. He's not doing this on his own. Little Dick Cheney, you know? There's no way he's getting away from this on his own. He's not exactly a likable fellow.